Hey folks, welcome to wintry old lockdown Melbourne. So we're 2 weeks into our 6-week lockdown. This is our second COVID lockdown in Melbourne. And I just thought I'd do a quick video to give you folks an update on where I'm at with the channel. And I really want to hear from you folks as well, especially those of you who are locked down in Melbourne. So let me know in the comments, how you doing? Hey, if you haven't already, it would be awesome if you could subscribe to the channel. The channel is really picking up momentum now with so many people jumping on board. Why not join the party? Thanks. Alright, let's get started with the updates. So the channel is approaching the awesome milestone of 3,000 subscribers, and recently you'll probably notice a bit of a change of focus in the channel. So it's moved from being all about kind of documenting Melbourne's awesome trail network to a bit more about my kind of personal journey riding and racing mountain bikes. So to me, that's kind of where I want to focus on for the future. It's really what interests me and what I'm really passionate about. Riding and racing my mountain bike, it absolutely rocks, and telling stories all around that is something that I'm really excited about. Bringing that kind of creative element to storytelling and expressing myself that way really floats my boat. So if you think Long and Winding now, it's all about my journey racing and riding mountain bikes here in Victoria, Australia. I'll still do the kind of odd review of a product or a bike, but my real passion is riding and bringing the tales from the trails that I think you guys have all been really digging lately, and I've been loving sharing those stories. A kind of spin-off of all that is the fact that I'm getting loads of people messaging me on Instagram saying how I've got them back into riding mountain bikes, or they've picked up a mountain bike for the first time, or they've come from road and they're absolutely loving riding off-road. And to me, I really get a massive kick out of that. It makes doing all this really worthwhile. So I like to think I'm playing a bit of a role in building the sport a little bit and raising its prominence in the community. It's such an awesome sport. More people should get involved, especially these days. More people on bikes is surely a good thing. So yeah, I think building the scene here in Australia is a secondary goal of the channel. So yeah, primary goal is my racing and riding life on mountain bikes here in Australia, mostly focused on gravity. There might be a little gravel down the road, but it's mostly about gravity mountain bike, and a bit more on that later. So for those who watched my last video, you know that Melbourne is in a 6-week lockdown, and we've just finished the second week of lockdown, and it feels like this thing is going on for an eternity. I'm so over lockdown. So I put the call out on Instagram during the week via a story, and if you're not following me on Instagram, jump on it. I asked you all what videos you wanted to see during lockdown, since I can't really ride trails anymore. And I got so many responses, it was like overwhelming and awesome. A few of you had the awesome idea of kind of taking things urban and street, and so I actually did that. And I went down the street and I found this awesome skate park. I live in Yarraville in Melbourne's inner west, and this skate park seemed actually really awesome. And I started filming. I'm like, yes, this is it. I can just hang out here at the skate park and make heaps of awesome videos and progress as a rider. I can practice my jumps and, you know, even ride some skinnies. I was doing like trials on these little block things. I was doing gaps. It was so good. I was riding alone, I had my mask on, there was literally no one around, it was all safe. But then I saw a sign on one of the entrances to the park, not the entrance that I entered via, but another one, and it said actually the park is closed. So that was a real bummer, because I was so excited about riding on the skate park. So unfortunately folks, skate parks are closed, you can't ride them. They must fall into the same category as like playgrounds or something. You know, I wasn't touching anything, I didn't encounter anyone, I was wearing a mask, it really wasn't a risk. But yeah, can't ride skate parks, just letting you all know. At least the skate park here in Yarraville is closed. I assume it's a blanket rule. I've got way more awesome ideas for videos from that story post. So yeah, stay tuned. Your idea could be coming up next. So another really popular request in my Instagram story post was a Q&A. So if you've got any questions for me, head down to the comments section and ask away, and I'll try and answer them in my next update video. On another note, I think I'm going to sell my cross-country bike. For the long-time watchers of Long and Winding, you know that I almost always rode a cross-country bike. I did a lot of racing, and I really love cross-country riding. It's just my Scalpel really hasn't got much action lately at all. It's all about the Jekyll, it's all about enduro. I'm absolutely loving that stuff, and it really kind of plays to my skills, I think. And I'm not saying I'm not going to get back into cross country one day and do more of it. You know, the Old Way Odyssey is a race that you know, I love racing every year, and I want to try and maybe ride that again this year. But right now the Scalpel hasn't got much use for the last few months. I think it needs to find a new home with someone who's going to ride it like it should be ridden. It's got a whole new drivetrain. It's in actually really great nick. It's a 2017 Cannondale Scalpel-Si Carbon 3. So yeah, stay tuned to Instagram. I'll be posting all the details of the bike there. I also wanted to give a big old shout out to Phil from Trail Talk MTB. So Phil's channel has just reached 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. It's so good to have a local Australian channel doing so well. Phil is up in Sydney and is all about bike reviews and interesting news and knowledge. He's, you know, an absolute powerhouse of knowledge. It's absolutely amazing. He's like an encyclopedia. So if you haven't already, go check out his channel. There's a link in the description. And maybe one day once COVID's done and dusted, Phil and I can meet up for a ride, make a good old video together. That would be sick. Alright, that's all from me today. Thanks so much for watching. It was just a short update today. I just wanted to keep you folks updated on kind of what's happening in my world and what I'm thinking, where I'm at, and just to empathize with anyone kind of in the Melbourne area who's locked down in the burbs with nowhere to ride. It's really tough. I'm thinking of you. Hang in there. Hopefully it's just 4 more weeks of this and we're done, and we'll all be back out on the trails, and maybe one day the group ride will happen again. I can't wait for the group ride. Hopefully I can also get back down to Mornington Peninsula soon and ride those jumps again. And even Eaton's Cutting, I know a ton of you have been asking me to go ride there, and I actually can't wait to go. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't upsetting anyone by filming there, because once I ride and film there, I get a ton of questions about where it is, how to get there, all the rest. It's a double-edged sword, you know. I gotta entertain and have fun, but I also have to be respectful of the local trail builders, because without them, literally none of this would be happening. Alright folks, I'll catch you soon. Please subscribe if you haven't already. That would really help out, and like the video. And I will see you all for more tales from the trails soon. Ciao.